Hello Super Sentai fans and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today I'm taking a look at the Akibaranger 10th Anniversary Edition set of Ranger Keys and Sentai Gears. So this is sort of a Memorial Edition item. It's still kind of in the same theme as the Mobirates, the 35 Red set, the After Gokai set, and the Gokai Cellular, being as it has Ranger Keys in it. But obviously it has a little bit of a different look here. It's got a primarily white box compared to those ones having that kind of black space-ish background. But it's really pretty. I love this shot of Akiba Red here. It's a very nice high quality image of him that I just absolutely adore. It's fantastic. So as you can see right here, Akibaranger 10th Anniversary set. Of course you have the logo for the show right there. And I love this so much. And then on the side here, you can see the 5 Ranger keys that you get included with this, with one of the blues being cut off there, just because it's kind of a tall box. And basically, this is a remake, essentially, of a key set that came out in 2013 that included these exact same 5 keys, but had them in a way to where they couldn't actually function as proper Ranger keys, which I do want to compare them with today. So this is the original Akiba Red key from that set from 2013. So as you can see here, that one had Gashapon styled hinges. It had the copyright information on the sticker there, and it was an all silver metallic key, but it was too thick of a key piece to actually work in any of the Mobirates. You couldn't do anything with this in anything that actually took a Ranger key. But that has changed here today. These ones are fully functional keys. They are Memorial Edition style keys, so they have the auto flipping feature. They work in the Memorial Edition Mobirates, and it's pretty nice. And then over here we have the 5 of the 6 Sentai Gears that you do get in this set here, which is definitely an interesting sort of thing, because these ones have a sticker on them compared to actual molding, like a proper Sentai Gear usually would have, because they're supposed to kind of still be unofficial Sentai Gears, kind of get that joke in there for the gears as they did with the keys 10 years ago. So one of those kind of fun things. And on the back we have this gorgeous shot here, which is kind of not really going to be able to fit in the frame back here, of the 3 Akibarangers with Sentai Gears and Ranger keys floating all around them, with Akiba Red in the center there holding a Gearliner and a Memorial Edition Mobirates, because this works with the Gearliner, it works with the Gear Tojuliner, it works with the Dawn Blaster from Donbrothers, it works with the Memorial Edition Mobirates. It works with a lot of things there. So let's go ahead and open up this set and take a look at what we have in the Akibaranger 10th Anniversary Edition. Alright, so here are the 5 Ranger keys and 6 Sentai Gears out of the box for Akibaranger here. So these are pretty nice there. So as you can see, you get the main trio of Akibarangers in their Season 1 and Season 2 appearances. Now, just like the original Ranger key set, you don't get a Cho Akiba Red Ranger key, which would have been kind of neat, and we don't get it here on the Sentai Gears either, but I didn't expect that. I didn't really even expect how many Sentai Gears we have here, especially, nor did I expect us to get Memorial Edition versions of these keys. So these are very nice looking versions of the Akibaranger keys, and I do want to compare them to their original releases, so let me go ahead and grab Red here, who's sitting on the floor. So as you can see, the keys themselves are virtually identical. They are very similar, down to the paint applications, and the coloring of the key might be a slightly darker red, if that makes any kind of sense, but yeah, there's basically that going on there. Now they have obviously an actual unique key cut this time around compared to whatever this key cut was. We never could know because this key was just a fake key. It was too thick. As you can see, maybe if my finger isn't blocking it, how thin an actual Ranger key piece is. So now this one will actually function, and I will show that off in the Mobirates in a second here. And like I showed off earlier, this had Gashapon hinges and the sticker with the copper information and everything. But on these ones, they are full Memorial Edition keys, which are easier to flip with your right hand. So of course you can click the button there, and it auto flips into a Ranger key with the same Akibaranger logo, which I think is printed a little thinner, so you can actually see it a little bit better than the original release. It kind of got a little. It was kind of printed a little big there, so it kind of just looks more like a blob, kind of, I guess, if that makes any sense. But there is the Akiba Red Ranger key, which very nice. I love that quite a bit. Really good. Nice, finally, to have the nice deluxe hinges on there and everything like that. So as you can see, the arm on mine is quite warped. It's kind of in a lot more than it ever should be. I'm kind of trying to fix that up with some heat or a little bit like that. I would probably kind of fix it up there, but Now we do have the other keys down here, which I'm going to go ahead and grab. So here are the Akiba blues and yellows from the original set. So as we can see here, I know one of these is the Season 2, one of these is the Season 1 appearances, but very similar keys. in terms of like capturing the hairstyles between seasons 1 and seasons 2. I don't know why I said seasons for both of those, but season 1 and season 2. Also, you can see here on the original keys, since these were more Gashapon style, they had just like a fully black plastic piece for the like in between negative space on the leg. But on here, they have that deluxe kind of version where it's like actually like a matte black paint applied there instead, which I think looks a lot nicer. And also, what's really odd is that even though these are full like deluxe Memorial Edition keys, on the box and on all the advertising promos for these, they are advertised to have still Gashapon hinges and everything, but they most certainly do not. So it's very strange that's kind of the route that they went with that. But there is one of the Akiba yellows, and then we have the other Akiba yellow, very similar to as before. Although this one, actually, I don't know why I grabbed that one. I was gonna say it's not painted, but that's because I grabbed the wrong Akiba yellow. So there is the two Akiba yellows there. Very similar. I feel like the paint is a little bit like smaller circles of paint on the kind of the buns there on the side. So that's like one little difference. But for the most part, the paint applications are virtually the same and are pretty nice. So of course there is the key mode for her. Looks exactly the same as the other Akiba yellow key, so I don't know if they ever, oh, whoa, ah. So everybody tumbled. I'm surprised that hasn't really happened in one of these videos yet for me, because this is something that is probably pretty prone to happen. Oh, there it goes. All right, we're back in business here. Here's the two Akiba Blue comparisons for this one. So obviously, you know, very, very similar. They still have the different hairstyles and still capture that very nicely. And of course, you can flip it into a key, just as you would expect. Up, and then there it goes completely out of the frame. You know, unofficial Sentai always getting up into antics, falling over, flying out of the frames. That's just where we're at with this today. But here is the final comparison between the two keys. So obviously, like, the paint is like all in the same areas. Like, they look virtually identical. It's just these are kind of more fun parody keys, kind of, or like goofy keys. And these are actually like, okay, but now what if we did it for real? So here is that. I really do appreciate, oh, that one. No wonder she was tumbling everybody over. That was a very easily like flippable key on that one. But that is the Ranger key portion of this. And of course, I will be taking a look at them in the Memorial Mobirates here very shortly. But here we have the Sentai Gears. So this is the actual only like official legitimate Sentai gear in this set. So as you can see, it looks exactly like a typical Sentai gear. It has that gold chrome pattern on like that raised molded detail of Akiba Red, which looks really, really nice there. On the back, it has a copyright like clear sticker that you can actually remove. So that's kind of the compromise to not have to do this on these stickers. They always pick one key per set. Like for example, Zenkaiger is the candidate for that in the After Gokai set. And on here, it's also on the Akiba Red. There's one of those stickers as well. And then the Sentai Gear has it here on the back. So you can remove that if you want, but it has the nice Akibranger logo back there on the raised material. And it is gear number 47, and it will unlock a unique sound in the Geertlaner, the Geert Togeliner, and the Dawn Blaster, and presumably the Memorial Editions of all of those toys that are on the way or being released or whatever. I don't see why that wouldn't be the case. And also, this gear is canon. It was used in Superhero Senki for a little gag, very briefly, so it is a gear that we definitely needed, and I'm very happy that they finally got around to releasing it. And then they just kind of went the extra mile and included 5 other gears. So just like with the keys, you have Season 1 and Season 2 appearances for Yellow and Blue, and then you have a Red Ranger one or an Akiba Red one for, I think, Season 2, but it's not like Cho Akiba Red, it's just like another Akiba Red with like a Season 2 kanji, which you can see right here. And this is where we get into these sort of unofficial Sentai gears, because there is no molded detail on here, it's just a sticker. Like, it's just a completely, like, stickered surface there, which is surprising. Like, this is what you would probably think that like Gashapon or Candy Toy styled Sentai Gears would have looked like last year, but no. Last year they were like pretty much fully nice, like in terms of design across the board, but these are very like simplistic I guess, Sentai Gears, but they are all gear number 47. So they will all do the exact same sound. I don't know exactly why they bothered with this. I guess it's because they didn't want to do a set of 5 keys in one gear or something. I don't know. It's very odd, but there it is. And there it is, a comparison just to show you like that nice molded detail, the raised detail, and just a sticker. So it's just what we got with that. But sure, okay, that's a thing. And then for the first time ever, We have gears that are for non-Red Rangers or like 6 Rangers in terms of Avatar gears or anything like that. So we have an Akiba Blue for Season 1 and Season 2, which does have the different hairstyles, so I do like that they have that attention to detail there. With the Akibranger logo on the back. Everything Akiba Blue is just going to fall out of my hands in this video, huh? And then, of course, just like Blue, we have 2 for Akiba Yellow, Season 1 and Season 2 appearance, with the hairstyle changed reflected in that and everything like that, with the same logo on the back and gear number 47. So I don't really feel like I needed these gears whatsoever. I'm happy that we got the one main one that everybody's going to actually want and the keys, but it's just kind of, I mean, it's probably obviously just kind of a way to fill out the set, make it cost a little bit more. I think it's a fun novelty thing, but like, I didn't need 6 like Avatar gears, or not Avatar gears, Sentai gears for Akibaranger, but you know, it's fine. So what we are going to do now is we are going to showcase the keys in the Mobirates and the gears and all of the gear related stuff. So we will start with the Ranger key side of things in all 3 of the Mobirates. Okay, so I have all 3 of the different versions of the Mobirates. So here's the original 2011 one, and here is one of the original Akibranger keys, which as you can see, it cannot fit in there whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and take one of the Akiba Blues. I'm not going to show off all 5 keys, but I will show off Akiba Blue in the original Mobirates. So that uses that faded Gashapon sound that was used for a lot of like premium Bandai keys and that kind of thing. So that's what Akiba Blue's key does, and they all have the exact same key cut. So we don't need to show them off in like each key in all 3 of them. So we have Akiba Yellow, and just to prove it to you, there's the same key cut back there and everything like that. So I'm just going to show off one blue in one of the Mobirates, one yellow in one of the other ones, and then red in the like the main memorial one. So here is an Akiba Yellow in the Legend Mobirates. So that's the same kind of sound we've had dozens of times for premium Bandai sets and stuff like that. Like I said, very familiar with that sound. So there is where that appears in those 2 toys. And then finally with Akiba Red, we get the actual brand new sound that this is advertised to unlock in the Memorial Edition Mobirates. And then just to see what the Navi navigation mode does, we'll try that. So I figured that's what that would do. It's the same kind of sound we get for anything like post Gokaiger, and that's kind of exactly what I figured it was going to do. So there is that. But before we move off of the Ranger Keys section of this video completely, there is one thing I want to show off that I forgot to show off in one of my more recent videos. And that's where the Memorial Edition Gokaiger Cellular comes back into play here. So I honestly had no idea that this was even a thing that was present in this toy. But if we go ahead and we'll take one of the other Akiba Yellows. We'll put it in. You don't have to put the actual Akibranger keys in here, but we'll just do it for fun. If you are in the code mode of this, if you click 836, you're going to get a special sound. And so there is that. So that Super Sentai like encyclopedia mode kind of thing that we have from Guy in this toy actually does have a sound in there for Akibaranger, which I did not know. You don't need an Akibaranger Ranger key to unlock that. It's just something I didn't know about in my initial video, and I figured it made sense to cover it here in the Akibaranger set. And next up we get to bring in the Geartlinger. It's been quite a while since we've gotten to bring this thing back into a video, so it's already on. We'll take the regular like main cannon gear, I suppose, and test that out in here. Alright, so that's the Akibranger gear in the gear leaner, so it does kind of have a unique sound. We've heard this sound before, because if you did that reverse crank like technique on this, you would get Mega Ranger out of this, so if you had a Mega Ranger gear, you could always kind of unlock this, but now you can officially unlock the unofficial sound, so that is very cool, and I'm very happy that we can finally do that. And of course, Akiba Blue fell back in the background there, but that's just what's going to happen. So next up, we're going to bring in the gear Toad Leaner, and we'll test out one of the Akiba Blue Ranger keys, or gears in this one. So there is the Akibranger gear in the gear Toad Laner. And then of course, finally, we have one more gear thing that this can work in, and that is the Dawn Blaster. So this of course also works with this. So let's go ahead and put the gear in there. Any of the ones, I just picked the Akiba yellow one. And of course, there actually is a couple more things we can do with this on the Donbrothers end of things. Alright, we'll get use of another gear in here. We'll grab the kind of fake version of red for the Tiger Dora, which I always spin the wrong direction every single time. So that's what it does in the Tiger Dora. Had to show it off on the Zonglass sword. Alright, and with that, I think that is going to finally do it here for the Memorial Edition, I suppose, Akibaranger 10th Anniversary set of 5 Ranger Keys and 6 Sentai Gears. So as you can see here, there's a lot to do with this, because you can use the keys in all 3 Mobirates, even though only one of which is really worthwhile. You can use all the gears and a ton of Zenkaiger and Donbrothers stuff, and it actually will know what they are. It's really cool that Zenkaiger and Donbrothers had Akibranger programmed in for something like this. Now, we don't know if we're going to get an Akibranger Avataro gear, but we don't really need one since we have so many versions of it in the Sentai Gear format. I think it would have been kind of neat, especially since the set was announced after Donbrothers began, for them to have included an Avataro gear version in here as well, because that just kind of really would have completed it for me. I would have probably preferred if this was like 5 keys and then maybe like 1 regular red one, like with the 2, like 1 blue and yellow one and kind of the fake style, and like an Avataro version or something. But what we get here is still really, really fun, and if you have all these different toys from the Gokaiger Memorial Edition line and from the Zenkaiger and Donbrothers toy lines, there's really a lot to do here. And it's really cool to see this kind of definitely underrepresented Sentai get some love for its 10th anniversary. It's a show that I definitely enjoy. I think this is a really cool special set for fans of that show and for collectors of Ranger Keys and Sentai Gears. So until next time, you guys can check out all my reviews on all of the other stuff in the Memorial Edition Sentai Gear, or both of those toy lines, but the Memorial Edition Gokaiger toy line and the Sentai Gear toy line, all on the channel here in different playlists. And of course, until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR, and I'll see you all next time.